um, how we as small business owners have these marketing dreams to grow our businesses, but we don't always have the budget for it. So I just want to talk about bridging the gap, and feel free to, interrupt me and ask questions throughout, but we will still have questions at the end. But I'll try to kind of summarize this. So just an overview of what this will be about today is, we all know that marketing can be expensive, but we also have very small budgets, right, as small business owners. So we'll talk about how we can find effective marketing plans while staying within your budget. You do that by not boiling the ocean. I know all of you have heard that 1,000 times from me, but it's true. You can be lean and effective and scalable by using affordable technology for marketing. And most important is to be patient, because nothing happens overnight.
Hey, what's going
on? And then we'll just conclude with a Q&A. So first of all, we know that marketing can be expensive, but we have small budgets, right? So an example of expensive marketing is really traditional advertising. We all know that, TV commercials, radio ads, magazine and newspaper ads, and things like billboards. These are super expensive marketing, strategies, but they're also not very trackable. So you can track the amount of impressions on them, but you really can't understand your ROI. The traditional advertising is good for places like McDonald's, where we all know what their chicken nuggets or their Big Macs taste like, or their McFlurries. So if you see them on a billboard, you're going to be like, yeah, I think I feel like that right now. Whereas for us, we don't have that exposure that McDonald's does, because we don't have billions of dollars in our marketing budget. So if somebody sees us on a billboard, it's going to be meaningless to them. So traditional advertising is good for brand building, but it's not necessarily good for ROI or for lead generating. So what you can do is look at more affordable options, because again, we all have those smaller budgets, and you can move on to more of a digital marketing option. And there's amazing options that are affordable, like social media, for example. It is free to start up a social media business page on almost all of the platforms. Email marketing is very affordable, and you can reach thousands of people. Obviously, your website, you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a website to make it effective. Same with videos. Yes, you can spend tens of thousands of dollars creating a video, but you can also do it for hundreds of dollars and still get benefits out of it. And then you can do search engine optimization. This is going to help you rank on the search engines. And most important is to fill your life with content about you being an expert in your industry regarding your products or your services. So this is just a way for us to kind of say, yes, there's very expensive approaches to marketing, traditional advertising, but there's also less expensive ways like digital marketing. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we decide what to do? And the answer really is essentialism. And there is a book out there called Essentialism. And it's not only good for business owners, but it's also good for your everyday life, because all of us as business owners, we are all doing 1,000 things at the same time because we're running a business, right? We are not only operations, but we're caring for our customers. We are doing accounting, we are doing marketing and sales, we're doing everything. But a way to figure out what is most essential is to really prioritize what is most important right now. And so we can, spend all of our energy on many different things at one time and make very little progress on each of them. Or we can choose one thing and make a lot of progress on that, because all of our energy is going towards that one thing. So this is how you bridge the gap. You have to prioritize. If you have 10 things on your list and one thing is due Friday and the other thing is due today, you're going to start with the one that's due today. I know for me, a lot of times I like to check things off the list that are easier because I can check them off quicker. But that's not really the thing to do. You want to just do what's, most essential today. So from a marketing standpoint, you have to build your foundation first, right? So one of those essential things is brand guidelines. It's understanding who you are as a company, what your identity is, what your messaging is, and who is your target market. So those two things, if you can't answer those questions, then you really need to go through that branding exercise to understand who you are and who you're trying to attract. Once you know who you are and who you're trying to attract, you can really shape your messaging from your branding, and you will then create messaging that is most attractive to that target market. So that's definitely the first thing you should do. I have done these exercises with companies who are 50 years old, and it is amazing what they didn't know about themselves. So it's a very good exercise to go through. The next thing is a website. This is your online storefront. This is where you're going to tell everybody to go for your products and services. So a website is really important. You want it to be professional, well-designed. You want it to have a good user experience and call to actions all over the place and easy to navigate through. Another important thing, and I really use this so much, is a project management software. I put Asana on here because it's free, and free, for small business owners, obviously at limited capacity, but I've used it for 2 years now, and it's still free, and it still works for me and my employees. It's great for having a marketing calendar or any type of calendar. This doesn't have to be marketing related. It can be anything to do with your business. There's task organizers. You can assign tasks to your employees. You can track everything. You can chat about a specific project. Asana is really awesome for project managing. So I would highly recommend that. And then there's a CRM. So this is a customer or client relationship management platform. This is where you can organize your contacts and send mass emails from. A lot of them are one and the same, a CRM and an email platform. And so I would highly recommend finding one of those. HubSpot is a really good option. You can send up to 2,000 emails per month for HubSpot. But it's of course, as you're growing as a company and you have more and more contacts, you have to eventually pay for it. So these are the foundational items that I would suggest that every small business owner should start with. Because we all have small budgets, you want to do one you might only be able to do one at a time, but this is where you want to start. Once you have your foundation built, then you can build up from that. And of course, eventually you should all do everything on this page, but what you want to start with is your Google business page. This is this is free. You can claim your Google business page and you can fill out your business hours. You can add photos and videos. You can post updates and promotions. And you want to do this because you can control what Google pulls out from your site when somebody searches for your business. So if you do not claim your business page, Google will have a mind of its own, and the bots will automatically pull that information for you. So you definitely want to have control over that. The second thing is creating social media business pages. So first you want to understand where your target market is hanging out, which platforms they like to use, and that's where you want to create business pages. Again, that's free. Of course, there's paid versions of a lot of things, but mostly creating business pages are free on social media. And then you want to post consistently with really good content that is educational, and it can be entertaining to your target audience. And you always want to link to your website. So you're driving traffic from both Google, obviously Google business page, and social media. And then once you have those two things established, you want to start blogging on your website. You want to fill them with videos. This is the content piece that I spoke about earlier. You want to fill it with content, really good informational and not promotional content that your target audience will benefit from. So you can, create topics driven by FAQs of your current customers. Those are really good. People love listables. These are when you're creating a blog and it's like 5 ways to build a business or 3 ways to do this, or anything where people can scan through, see sort of headlines and read it really quickly. They love those. You always want to add internal and external links within your site and also to reputable sources outside your site. And definitely do keyword research if you have time to make your blogging much more quality and searchable from your target audience on the search engines. Again, videos. You can create videos less than 2 minutes. Videos are such a great way for you to share your content in a fast, effective way rather than writing. You should have both, but definitely videos are super effective. And start a YouTube channel. I would highly recommend that. That's where all of your YouTube videos can live. And then you can embed the links onto your site. You can share them on social media. And then email, you definitely want that email platform so that you can distribute your message. The email will, say their newsletters. It'll allow you to stay in front of your audience. You will be nurturing your leads and all of your contacts. Goes back to our discussion earlier today about how to retain customers. And a lot of you said stay in front of them. And a way to do that is emailing them consistently and effectively. You want to give them beneficial information on email, just like you do on your posting, on social media or on your blog. You can give them little teasers. They can be very short and sweet, these emails, and they can link to more information, whether it's a video or a blog. And then always give them maybe a small offer for the target audience that is ready to pull the trigger for a product or service that you're offering at that time. And this really shows that you're a leader in your industry, right? When you have really good content. So these are some of the things that you want to build upon your foundation. And another thing is reporting. So make sure, remember earlier I talked about how traditional advertising is not very trackable. It can be, but it's difficult to really track the analytics on them. Well, digital marketing is not that way. It's completely opposite. You can really find so much effective data that will help you shape your next moves from a marketing standpoint. So social media you can track your posts, the most engaged posts, the most viewed posts, all that kind of stuff. Definitely keep an eye on that. You can track all of the activity on your website through Google Analytics. You can also track all of your emails being sent out. You can find open rates. You can find conversion or click-through rates and successful deliveries, who bounced, so you can keep your list clean. And this will help you understand the return on investment for all of the digital marketing that you were doing. And it'll also help you shape your marketing behavior for the future, right? So if you're posting something that nobody ever engages with or nobody ever likes, maybe stop posting that one and do more of what is working. So reporting is important. And just to recap now, you want a well-oiled machine for your marketing ecosystem. So you want to start with that brand message if you don't have that. So, build a brand guidelines. You then want to build your storefront online, your website. You want to utilize effective and affordable technology to get all of these things accomplished. You want to create videos and blogs so that you can have content to share with your target audience. You want to have social media platforms and a Google business page. You want to distribute your brand message through email marketing, where you can literally reach tens of thousands of people with a click of a button. And again, you want to make sure you're analyzing your marketing efforts so that it will shape the future decisions in marketing. Oops. And so just, you want to make sure that you prioritize. Just to summarize. So what is most important now? I know that all of us don't have the money to do everything all at once, and that's fine, but just make sure that you're working on those foundational items first, and then you build up from there. And a very important thing is to be patient. Good things take time. Marketing does not happen overnight. It can take years to build up a very strong brand, but you will do nothing but prosper from it in the end. These are a couple of the most crucial tools to get started. Asana was your project management software. It is free. HubSpot is also free, up to 2,000 emails sent. It's also a really good sales funnel. It's kind of like a Salesforce, and that's HubSpot.com. And Weebly is the platform, very simple, easy to use platform to build your website on. And do you have any questions? I'm sorry, I know I talked a lot, but.
Hey, Desirae, great presentation. I do have 2 questions.
Okay.
One is on YouTube. We're just starting to use YouTube. Is there a way to, is there a way to categorize videos?
Definitely, yes. You can utilize is it the channels?
Yeah, it's your channel. You can design your channel and lay out your channel.
Is it called channels?
Playlist.
Yeah, playlist.
I think it is. I think it's called channels.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So like
coordination is playlists. So if you put a playlist of all the same subject, and then in the channel you decide where you put your playlists.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, one of my clients, Answer, you guys have been introduced to them. They have probably 60 videos now on their YouTube channel, and they categorize it on each of the playlists based on the industry that they're speaking to. So they have HVAC, they have plumbing, they have property management companies, they have elevator companies. So all of our videos that pertain to each of those industries goes into their own playlist. So that's how we do it for them.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
And the playlists can repeat each other, Lisa. So after the one, it'll show the next one, and it'll show the next one. So you can actually use playlists to tell a story.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then my second question, if you don't mind, on Google business page, I'm assuming reviews can be there too?
Definitely. Yes. And now they've come out in the last few months, they've come out with an actual link that you can send to your people. Before, it was very difficult to ask for a Google review, like outside of if somebody was looking for that button on your Google page. Now you can actually take the link and send it out on an email and ask people to review you. So yes, definitely. I would highly recommend all of you push that out as a campaign to ask your current customers to review you.
And that was what we mentioned earlier in the teams, that is what we're adding to the form, is so that everyone can just have that and add that to the PDF that gets pushed out to everyone, so that everyone here reviews each other on Google.
How do you find that link if we wanted to put that in our email signature?
You have to go to your dashboard on the Google business page. It might be on the information tab on the left, but we can take that offline, Chris, and I can find it for you.
Thanks.
Quick question, Desirae. Do you know of any programs or anything for putting the subtitles on videos so that people can keep it on mute and still know what you're saying?
I would have to ask
that also is YouTube
for that, but yeah, Dennis, maybe you can.
Yeah, again, we're Google.
Yeah.
With Jonathan, we're a Google expert. So within YouTube, there's a checkbox where you check, and it'll actually, you can pick the languages that lay in, but usually the closed captioning is all there, and then you can get the closed captioning printed as well.
And then your information's searchable.
Correct.
Thank you.
And you can go in and edit it, because a lot of times it's not 100% correct, because it's just AI that does the transcription. So you can go in and actually update it so it is correct.
That's helpful for sure.
And it can be translated then into other languages as well.
We'll stop streaming now.